As Muslim, we all know that time is a big deal in our faith, and quite frankly, it's not just about you counting the hours past. Time in Islam is actually seen as a gift from Allah, and it carries a lot of weight in how we live in this dunya. Our life are like a collections of days, and when one day passes, a part of us goes with it. In the Quran, Allah talks about times a lot, and when Allah takes oath by time, night, or a complete morning, think of it like a way of saying that, hey, pay attention, this is important. It's a reminder that time is a big deal. Imagine time as a journey when we are born to when we die. Each day is like a small little step in that journey, but there's a catch. We often only think about our own little piece of time, like not the whole journey. And to really get it though, think about the time from the start of the world to the day of judgment. That's a long time, and I want you to take 5 seconds to consider your life in that huge span. Okay, let me guess. Your time seems pretty small, doesn't it? And with that being said, it's really interesting when Islam teaches us to see the bigger pictures. And I would confidently say that out of 10 Muslims, only 3 or 4 people more or less recognize this. The time of prayer. The time between the call to prayer, the adhan, and the prayer itself is compared to the time between our birth and our death. And literally nobody could visualize how beautiful it is. The reminder from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that our life are so short and none of us actually makes the most out of it. And some says that they are busy, I will pray later. Some says, oh, I'm learning Arabic, oh, I'm still young, I'm not gonna die soon. But time is of the essence. Is a fancy way of saying time flowing is super important. It's a gift from God, and we need to use it wisely. Whether you're gonna go pray, you're gonna be kind, or you're just putting your head down and trying to make an impact on this dunya. And it's frankly a time for you to do good deeds. And you might not know it, but in Islam, we don't just talk about how you should do good deeds or just leave the dunya and don't make so much money. That's one of the sicknesses that the last generation though is trying to inject in your mind. And believe me or not, out of the Prophet's companions and himself, half of them are rich. Richer than me and you watching this video right now. And along with those last generation that are trying to make your mind twisted, they actually never talk about how we are supposed to learn how to organize our life with discipline and make the most of our time. Our faith gives us a clear guidance on using time wisely, and I'm not playing around with everything that I'm about to say. Allah wants us to be disciplined in literally everything we do, and that includes how we use our time, and the Quran tells us to be organized and clean our actions. In Surah Al-Mudathir, chapter 74, verse 4 to 5, it says that, and your clothing purifies and avoid uncleanliness, and do not count for favor to acquire more gain, which is material gain. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a great example of being disciplined, and this also means being on time. And he taught us the importance of being strong in faith and managing our time correctly. And as he said, the strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the weak believer, while there's good in both. And then when he got asked about strength, he clarified that those who are strong in faith and time management. So please don't hear all the gurus on the internet saying using time effectively is about being busy. It's actually about doing things that are gonna help you and other people. The Quran reminds us in Surah Al-Asr chapter 103 verse 1 to 3, by time indeed mankind is at loss, except for those who have believed and done righteous deeds and advise each other to the truth and ultimately advise each other to sabr. And nevertheless, our Prophet also had wise words about time. He said, take advantage of 5 before 5, your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness, your wealth before your poverty, and your free time before you're preoccupied, and lastly, your life before Malikul Maut gonna meet you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want us to understand that our time here is a test, and how we manage our time affects our success in this life and the hereafter. So why don't you pray at the specific times, fast during a certain month, and fulfilling your obligation and give your life more structure and a little bit more purposes? The Quran and our Prophet saying show us the way. They literally tell us to prioritize the actions that bring us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and help other people. And for most of you who don't know about the 5 daily prayers, which is Fajr, Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha, and believe it or not though, it serves as a natural framework for you to managing your time more effective. And it's like a checkpoint throughout your whole day and getting you towards a more balanced and purposeful life. So Fajr is when the dawn breaks, and again, this prayer is not just about religious obligation. I want you to view something different a little bit. Fajr is like a fresh start. It's another opportunity to set the tone for your dream, okay, for your worship. It's a moment for you to reflect on your intentions and set achievable goals for the day. As our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, encouraged us starting the day with positive intentions, and it was comparing it to the acts of charity. And he said, in the morning, charity is due on every joint bone in the body of every one of you. Beginning the day with Fajr ensures your mental clarity and focus to prime your mind for productivities and purposeful living. And then when the sun reaches zenith, it's Zuhr time, and this midday prayer acts as a natural checkpoint. It's allow you to assess your progress, take a breaks, or after like a crazy busy morning, Zuhr provides a moment for you to have a self-evaluation. Use Zuhr as a moment to check your progress, review what you have accomplished, and adjust your plan if needed. And always consider a brief break to recharge yourself during this time. And since Zuhr lines up with lunchtime, go out and take a break, eat something, and get ready for the rest of the day. And as the day moves along, it's Asr time. This prayer represents a period of peak productivity. This is where you must make the most of your active hours. The afternoon is technically ideal for adjusting challenging tasks. You must focusing on the high priority project during this period. And don't forget to use Asr as a short break to recharge yourself and refocusing on everything that you need to do. Maghrib time is when the sun goes down. This evening prayer becomes a natural conclusion to achieve part of the day. Maghrib is a built-in reflection time. So don't do anything, just take a moment to appreciate the day's accomplishments and express your gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Lots of people have misunderstanding this, that they always trying to work for their business 24 hours a day. After Maghrib, you should go out and focus on your personal life. And I'm not talking about sometimes, okay, issues might occur, but come on, man. I know a guy who used to work 12 hours a day and 7 days a week. It was me. Who else? So go out, spend time with families and friends, or go to the gym or some sort of networking events. It's gonna help you in the futures anyway. And when it's dark, it's Isha time. It marks the day ends. And at this time, you should finalize the task. Again, express your gratitude to the Almighty and prepare for the challenges and the opportunities that tomorrow's gonna hold. And I want you to view Isha as a moment to complete any pending task and ensure that you'll end the day with a sense of accomplishment. Post-Isha is actually a designated time to disconnect from work-related matters. So just imagine an incorporative 5 daily prayers into your own routine. So it's not just about religious practice, it's a way for you to manage time, and by aligning your daily activities with these natural breaks, you are slowly create a harmonious balance between the deen and in this dunya. And as an entrepreneur aspiring to be one, you must make sure to structure your day according to this 5 daily prayer that I just mentioned above. The time that you are most active are after Fajr and Asr prayers. So bring all of the most challenging tasks that you have on that specific day. Crush your brain to do it, man. Like, why? Frankly, you can handle tough work and your mind is more clear and is more conscious when you have the most energy. And during the short breaks between prayers, take a moment to relax yourself, refresh your mind, doing quick activities like go out for short walks or stretches, or to stay alert and eating some healthy stuff. And when you're planning your day, keep in mind the times for your prayers, and please always be aware of this. It will help you organize your day well and make sure that your commitment in this dunya will fit your religious observations rather than fall in love with it and forget why you're in this world. After Fajr, make a list of what you need to do and keep updating this list during Zuhr and Asr breaks to stay on top of your tasks. And use Maghrib prayer as the time to think about your day. Reflect on what you achieve. Just think about the areas that where you can do better. And with this daily reflection though, it's gonna help you grow personally and professionally. And after that, set a time for your activities with your family. In a way, it's kind of strengthened in bonds with loved ones, and not only makes your personal life better, but also helps your balance work and families matter. And take some time after Isha to plan for the next day. For example, figure out what's most important and set your goals. This way you can start each day with a clear plan and be more productive. And by following these simple strategies, you can make your entrepreneur's duties work well with your religious practices, creating a balanced and a purposeful daily routine. And as a Muslim, we all go through the daily hustle. Sometimes it's going to be juggling work, families, and personal stuff. But how do we find time for personal growth? The Quran sheds lights on this and swearing by the time and telling us that we are at loss if we don't believe and take the right action, like I said on Surah Al-Asr. And in Islam, we are taught that our actions are shaped by our intentions. As the saying goes, actions are determined by intentions. This means that being intentional about our time, knowing why we do what we do. Allah emphasized this in Surah Al-Asr, swearing by time to make us realize its value. And it's not just about you managing the time, it's about managing your life with purposes. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Indeed, actions are judged by their intentions." And the Quran says that the man is at loss, and except for those who believe, do good deeds, and encourage the truth. And to avoid that loss, we need to decide what matters to us. So write down your priorities: work, family, personal growth, and faith. This helps you make choices that align with truly matters to you. So in a way, Islam isn't just a religion, it's a way of life. And the Quran is our guide for our living to get the best out of it. And we must accept Islam with our wholeheartedly. And this means that following Allah's command and avoiding what is forbidden. And only when we can tap into the efficiency and guidance of Islam provides, with the Quran advises us to worship Allah sincerely in Surah Zumar. It's like you planting a seed in the garden. And while we focus on growth, if family is crucial, focus on it. And if personal growth matters, give it a little bit of attention. Being intentional and focusing on what truly matters ensures your efforts are gonna yield results. And last, for Muslim entrepreneurs, it's really crucial for you to understand how being mindful and setting clear intentions can shape your day-to-day work. You need to set a clear intention, often known as niyyah. It's like making a plan for your work, something deeply rooted in Islamic teachings. It means that you're figuring out why you are doing what you're going to do in your business. This intentional approach connects your daily tasks with the bigger goal of your business, turning ordinary actions into a meaningful journey towards a greater purpose. And mindfulness, another important concept in Islam, is particularly helpful for Muslim entrepreneurs dealing with the ups and downs of business. And in the busy world of starting a business, you need to stay focused. And based on the ideas of being aware of the present moments, it's going to help you fully concentrate on what you are doing. So it's not only about you boosting your concentration, okay? But it also helps clear the mental clutter that often comes with running a business. Islamic time management is not just about you scheduling stuff. It's about living in line with your belief. The Quran guides us, and by being intentional, deciding on what gonna prioritize you, embracing Islam fully, and focus on what matters, we unlock a fulfilling life. And our time is a gift from God. And as Muslim, and especially as Muslim entrepreneurs, I can't say this enough. We have to treasure it to be successful in both this life and the hereafter. Being mindful helps you stay calm, and it allows you to face challenges with a clear and collected mindset, with the rooted in trust with Allah's plan. And as Muslim entrepreneurs, adding mindfulness practices to your daily routine becomes a spiritual act, whether it's a short moments of reflection, focused prayer, or a pause for gratitude. These practices contribute to your overall well-being and strengthen your connection to a higher purpose. And a focused and centered mind helps you make better and better decisions for your business and keeps you stay positive. Mindfulness and clear intention aren't just about abstracting the ideas, they are practical tools that fit well with the Islamic teachings. So for Muslim entrepreneurs, you need to integrating all of this stuff into your practices, and it's gonna lift your effort beyond just business. Your actions become more thoughtful, and your decisions are based on a deep understanding of your purpose as a servant of Allah.